So, I'm a jungle main, but I'm attempting to learn how to mid lane. See, after spending hours learning the jungle role and all the fundamentals like when to gank, counter gank, seeing if the lane has any setup like CC to help with ganks, when to invade, level 3 ganks, cross mapping, cross clearing, vertical jungling, weak sides, strong sides, when I'm gonna hang myself from the tree outside if I get late invaded one more fucking time, enemy tracking, hovering, working to kill camps on spawn. You get the point. So I thought, well, how hard could mid laning realistically be? With that being said, I started off by consulting Reddit. No, I'm not that much of a troglodyte just yet, good god man. So instead, I asked ChatGPT which champ to use. What is the best low elo mid laner? I'm not a Jax main, so I'm probably not going to pick Annie. But Diana? I played her jungle, so I think that'd be good. I now had both a champion and a dream. Thus, I decided to play my first draft game as a mid laner. My plan to win lane was extraordinarily straightforward. Essentially, as I was a melee champ and melee ranged, I would win the early game by last hitting under tower to get my CS and avoid her poke. Then, once I had an item or power spike, I would QE and one-shot her. However, it didn't go exactly according to plan. Ult. Oh, shut a nerve to pap. Oh, I'm never playing this fuck ass roll again. That may slightly have been my fault, yeah. It's fair though, I don't dispute that. Honestly? Could have been worse. And with that performance being even worse than any of my sexual endeavours, I realised I had a lot to improve on. See, my CS after that game came to be 3.3 per minute, which wasn't great. So, after watching a few guides, I came to the conclusion that I needed to 1. Practice last hitting, 2. Trade with the enemy mid laner whilst they were auto-attacking minions, 3. Use abilities to both hit the wave and enemy mid laner at once, 4. Focus on hard pushing waves in order to roam, and 5. Ward the side of the lane I thought the jungler might gank from. From these guides watched previously, I found that Lux was recommended to improve at basic mechanics. So I locked her in when loading up the practice tool to, first, practice my last hitting. So I started off by learning her abilities, which were pretty easy, but I quickly realised that I was supremely ass at last hitting, like I was losing a bunch of CS, right? However, after a few minutes, I gradually got the hang of it. Whew, I wish I was someone else right now so I could kiss me, holy shit. With that under my belt, I progressed to CSing under tower, quickly figuring out to let the frontline minions take 2 tower shots before auto-attacking them. Yet, Jesus Christ, hitting the caster minions was impossible. Oh, fuck. Oh, well, fuck me twice, I guess. Though, on some rare occasions, my genius precedes me, and I found out that if I auto a caster minion once before getting hit by the tower, I could then do a final auto and get the CS. Oh god, I'm good. And because I'm dreadfully unfucking-ployed for the next 2 weeks, I hopped into another game. But this time, it was ranked. But before I get into my ranked game, I needed some final advice. So I asked my Dutch buddy who, I don't know, eats cheese, rides a bike and crashes it into the canal and is probably dripped out in some wooden shoes and jeans too low on the waist. Okay, anyway, I asked him for low elo tips, as he is a master tier player. I'd kill a child to be masters, man. Yo! I need some of your tips. I need some of your low elo tips.
Okay, okay. Oh, sorry, I got a match with a baddie on Tinder.
Fair. Is she Swedish?
No, I think she's... I don't know what she is.
I don't know. Whenever I think of baddie on Tinder, I always think Swedish for some reason.
Some tips for mid lane?
Yeah.
Step 1 is always to not int.
Okay.
Pick a champ.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. The first thing, every high elo person says you have to roam from mid lane, right? Like, that's a fucking lie. The roaming in low elo is such a fucking lie. Just play for yourself. Always. Always play for yourself. You have to look at the game. You're the only one with hands.
Okay.
But most of the times, you just want to shove and try to get items, try to get better at base. Because if you perma shove, you will always have prio. So you can always, like, move on a good timer for you. That's also a thing.
And now, with all my pearls of wisdom that I learned in, well, a day, I thought to myself, I could definitely hold up in ranked.
Want a BF, but then I remember when I went on a date, I was so nervous I yapped about the entire timeline of the Napoleonic Wars. Dude, real.
At the start of the game, I was feeling pretty confident, I'd say. Firstly, I remember to ward near the enemy raptors, just in case of a level 3 gank or anything like that. And a few minutes in, my CS was also even with Qiyana, after the first wave or so. But then I fucking died! Oh my god! This was pretty bad because now the Qiyana could just take the wave all on her own and crash it under my tower. And just like that, I was behind. And despite all the blood, sweat and tears I put into learning how to last hit under tower, I just fucked up. I don't know how. I don't know how it went this badly. It doesn't make sense. I realised after this one singular play, everything was going to go downhill. Or was it? You know what? It fucking did. I'm not going to lie to you. It did. But then, something unexpected happened. I got a shutdown. Was this game winnable? Was I to be the next Napoleon conquering Europe? Or Alexander for Persia? Pillaging and usurping once powerful enemies, condemning them to mere slaves? No, we fucking lost. Holy shit. But you know what? Despite the losses and myself being categorically ass at mid lane, I did learn. And I did make, although very incremental, some steady improvement. For example, my CS went from 3.3 to 4.3. So, I'll admit it, I'll put my hands up and say that mid lane may be slightly harder than I once thought. Okay, subscribe and like or I'll find you and your family. Bye.